Hello, Surfer Skive here, and I am wanting to talk about the Pineapple Fund. So basically, I think it was announced like Wednesday, and then a lot more traction came on Thursday. There is a fund created by anonymous Bitcoin holders, or holder, as he or she explained, stating that they had gotten, in the cryptocurrency space very early in the game, and they wanted to, basically they stated, and it's on their website, and I have a link to in the show notes. They have enough money. What do you do when you have a tremendous amount of wealth? And so they decided to set about 5K of Bitcoin aside for charitable goods. They already done some giving, demonstration of 6 different funds. One is a water fund, Electronic Freedom Foundation, a few software programs, and they're seeking, anyone else you can submit that is a, registered nonprofit charity within your given country. They do make exceptions if, they do acknowledge the world is not like the West, and, things are what they are, and they wanted to give back. And I thought this is one of the reasons why I got into the cryptocurrency space. The whole purpose of Bitcoin is to have a better financial system than the one we're in. One in which the individual matters. One in which the individual has control. And a lot of people have made a tremendous amount of wealth. A lot of individuals have, made not only significant gains, but created businesses, started mining pools, networks, development. A lot of gains have been made. And with this Pineapple Fund, why it made me so happy to see this is that typically when you see people with a tremendous amount of wealth, what they do is they do charitable givings, whether it be for a tax write-off. But a lot of times when you look at the history of some of the big ones like Carnegie, Carnegie did several. He's known for Carnegie Hall, doing for the arts. He's known for basically, if you ever go to your local library, the reason why there's so many libraries across this country, most of them are heavily populated in the East, just given the time that Andrew Carnegie, if you're unfamiliar with him, I might have a link in the show notes to his Wikipedia page, but he made his money in oil, and, he was rightfully so shit upon, basically, for his type of business practices, the type of the nature of his business. But some people, just by the nature of oil, consider oil evil anyways. Maybe there was some foresight in that, given the environmental impact oil has had, but basically he gave away his wealth, his entire wealth, during his lifetime and afterwards, out of guilt. I think a lot of people say guilt of the tremendous amount of guilt and trying to, cleanse his soul, if you will. And here we have an individual or individuals giving their wealth, not out of guilt because they made a tremendous amount of wealth because of, whatever business they're in, and want people to think they're a good person or a good guy. No, they're giving wealth because they have some more, they made some tremendous gains, and they want to do good. And I thought that was just not only a great thing, but a thing that's been done in Bitcoin for quite some time. The Satoshi Forest, which is a homeless shelter down in Florida, they now completely own their land down there, so they're able to do more for the homeless people in the area of Florida. But, and if you're unfamiliar with Satoshi Forest, the Satoshi Forest Fund, they've been around for a very long time. They give meals to homeless people, give them shelter, help them, kits, things of that nature. They've been doing it for a very long time, pretty much since the very beginning. I would say like 2012 is when they started, so for the past 5 years. And here we have an individual. It's like, I have this extra money, I have this wealth, I'm going to do some good with it. And it's such a positive affirmation. It's such a positive transaction. It's not done because of guilt or a tax write-off or oh, look at me, I'm such a good person. It's done because just doing something good. Like, you have a little bit of extra, you know. I saw a video, I think everyone's pretty much seen it. I have a link in the show notes to it, about Amazon Prime, how you can use Amazon Prime that does deliveries just at any location. And he was saying, could I do it like in the streets? He was in New York, the streets of New York, and use like the savings that Amazon Prime gives in the delivery service that does deliveries in like 1 or 2 hours, and give to homeless people, give them the socks, give them the sleeping bags, ask them what they need, and then get a delivery, shoes. It was so heartwarming to see. And seeing that in the Bitcoin space, seeing that done now with all the price and the trade and the FUD and the FOMO, all that going on with the wealth gains, you know, Bitcoin is still trading above 16,000. Seeing that happen is just, it's just amazing. It's just, oh, it was like, yeah, we can do good. That's the whole purpose of this space, is to be better than the ones that came before us. Not better just by the sheer nature of existence or some kind of morality issue, but being better by doing good actions, substantial actions, actions that have impact, actions that actually change things, do positive impacts, and not necessarily negative impacts, if you will. And I just had to make a comment about that, and I was thinking, you know, how this could snowball into either more charitable funds or even more charitable works because of the holidays, what this could do. And I just had to say something. I was like, you know, good on you, Pineapple Fund. Good on you, this individual or individuals that established this fund to help, to make a positive impact in the world with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And also, at the same time, just demonstrate through the network effect of Bitcoin how cryptocurrency can make certain actions that we've been doing for a long time much easier, more transparent, have longer impact, making things good, if you will, and making things better. And I thought that was just so rewarding and such a grateful thing, and also just good. It was just a good, solid thing. This person is, you know, saying and not doing it for media attention or anything like that. The whole purpose of the fund is just to help. And it didn't make me cry, but just made me very heartwarming. And I was like, yes, I'm so glad this person did it, because this space needed that. This space needed a bit of a reminder that, yes, it's nice to have these gains. It's nice to have this tremendous wealth. Now, what are you going to do with it? Because, again, we're our own bank. We control our own sovereign wealth. What are you, you know, as an individual going to do, not only for yourself personally, but for the world around you? And I hope this inspires others to evaluate, think about, you know, the things they could do. They could do scholarship funds. They could do other charitable funds. They could invest in businesses, not just cryptocurrency businesses, but businesses in general. Make a solid impact in the world around them, and not do so out of a guilt or a need, but out of a need for transformation, out of a need to making the world a little bit better, not completely changing or altering the entire like historical landscape or something, or solve anything. Or maybe a medical fund might actually, you know, provide cures or treatments for people, but actually make a difference to where people's existence is just a smidge better than it was before. People's existence is protected. People have the ability to have like fucking clean water, a basic necessity of life. You can't live without water, and having a well that's contaminated, or going to a well that's so filled with bacteria on a daily basis because that's your only water source, and having it being clean, it's just, ugh. So yeah, I just had to say something. I have a link in the show notes. If you have Bitcoin and you want to help or contribute or match, they have a mechanism and means to show you how to do so. If you're looking to start your own fund, maybe look at their website, maybe contact them and say, hey, how did you go about doing this? I want to do the same thing. It's just something to think about, something to look at, something to realize that the space is more than just about making money. It's more about just, you know, the self of the single individual, but the self of the collective of humanity. And this Pineapple Fund, it just, you know, we just kind of need the reminder that there's more to cryptocurrency than price. There's more than cryptocurrency than what the gains are in Satoshi, or you know, basically treating these crypto coins like stocks and trades and stuff like that. There's more to this. It's a long game, you know, it's a wider game. And we're slowly eating different aspects of already existing places and making such a positive impact. Disruptive, but towards a positive shift and gain, which is very different than some of the other disruptive technologies like Facebook and other communication devices. Bitcoin as a monetary system, it is changing everything that we're doing. It's changing how people think. It's changing how people view money. They're actually finally learning what money is for really the first time in their existence. It's thinking how we could take this concept of money and not only update it for the 21st century, but update it for the existing issues and problems of humanity at this time. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and shout it out. And I have a link to the show notes to the fund. And yeah, bravo to them. Bravo to the people or individual that put up the Pineapple Fund. That's how you do good work. That's how you do it. Not out of guilt, not out of a charitable write-off, not out of some, you know, moral, religious, I don't know, point system, you know, get you to the good place or whatever. That's a great show, The Good Place. If you haven't watched it, it's on, I think, ABC or NBC or something like that. It has, anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. But just something that's doing some good work, a good thing for the space. So that's it. That's my thought for the moment. That's my thought for the day. I might come back and talk about something else, but I just wanted to talk about the Pineapple Fund and how I hope it snowballs to some more charitable funds, some more charitable acts, some more charitable things that people can do with their wealth to have a tremendous impact on the, you know, maybe locally, regionally, statewide, countrywide, the world around them, and demonstrate the good that cryptocurrency can do for the world, besides being just a storage value or a new monetary system. So that's it. That's for Roger's thoughts. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and until next time, to the moon, y'all.